Hey, welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. As you can see from the cutting board, we've been raiding the garden. We made Salsa Verde last year. Well, actually, Debbie did. And this year, we're going to show you how to make a little salsa. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut up some tomatoes. Now, I've got a couple of cups of cherry tomatoes here. I've got some Romas. So there was a bunch of different kinds, but today what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some cherry tomatoes and some Roma tomatoes to do this. Beefsteak will work as well. So don't worry so much about the kind of tomato. Just take about half to begin with, and we're going to roast these. So we'll cut these up, get this going, and carry on from there. So I'm just going to cut these in half. All you want to do is just make sure there's no stems in them. I don't worry about taking out the little core. It's not that big a deal. Then we're going to add about 1 white onion. This happens to be a Vidalia, but white onion will work as well. We're just going to quarter it. Throw that in. And we have a couple of jalapenos. I'm going to take the seeds out. You can leave the seeds in if you want. I find they don't grind up very well for the salsa, so I take them out. It will be much hotter if you leave in the seeds. Now, once you're done cutting up the jalapeno, do yourself a favor, go wash your hands. Okay, so once you've got it all cut up, then what we're going to do, we're just going to spritz it with a little bit of olive oil. Got a little bit of salt and pepper. Give it a little toss about. I'm going to break up the onions a bit. Get them a little more roasted. Okay, so there you go. So once you have everything cut up, then what we're going to do, we're going to put this in a 400-degree oven just till it starts to char, and then we'll take it out. So give me a sec, let me get this in the oven, and we'll carry on with the next steps. Okay, so we have the rest of our tomatoes here. These ones I will take the end off. Then all I'm going to do is just cut them in half and toss them into a food processor. This one has a little bit of a bad spot. We'll just cut that out of there. No big deal. I think actually I'm going to add 1 more tomato to this. It looks just a tad short. So let me grab a tomato. We'll throw another one in. Just a little one here. Yeah, it looks a little better. So we'll go with that. Next up, I have a couple of limes. Again, don't worry so much about what the skin looks like. What you want is the juice inside, and these are nice and juicy. So I actually should have given this a roll. I'll show you here in a minute. All right, if you want to get some juice out of these limes, what you want to do is just roll them around a bit. The other thing you can do is pop it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, but this works just as well. All right, now we need a couple of cloves of garlic. These are like super mega small, so I'm probably going to use 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, because they're mega small, so I may add even more than 4, but we'll see where we're at. You want to cut these up a little bit because I find that if you don't, the garlic's hard enough that you end up with very big chunks of garlic. So we'll just cut that up a bit. That's definitely not near enough. So let's take this bit here. So in the end, I really don't know how many I used. They were like really, really small. So what you want is 2 decent sized cloves of garlic. Next, I need about a half a cup of cilantro. I'm not going to use cilantro today. Not everybody likes it. So in this case, I'm going to use some flat leaf parsley. Either one works just fine. Okay, so there's about a half cup. You can tell I'm not being that precise on the ingredients. It doesn't really matter as long as you're close and you like the flavor. So I'm sure you're going to adjust it a bit anyway. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of cumin. This is ground cumin. Okay, so that's it for a minute. We're just going to wait for the veggies in the oven to char up a bit, and then we'll finish up the salsa. So in the meantime, let me clean up a bit. Okay, so we have our roasted vegetables. You're going to get a bit of liquid with the tomatoes, not a big deal. The fresher the tomatoes, the less liquid you're going to get because you want to char them up pretty fast. You don't want to just cook them. So make sure your oven for 425, something like that. Make sure everything's nice and fresh. So we're going to put that in the food processor. Could have charred it up just a bit more, I think, but I think it'll be all right. Okay, so we're just going to pulse this. You want to go slow because you want to get the texture you want. Don't overdo it. Go too far. Maybe you won't go far enough. So just kind of pulse it a few times. Take a look until you get the consistency you want. All right, I think it needs just a tad more. Not too much though. Yeah, and I think we're going to stop there. Just have a quick look. Yeah, I think we'll stop there. So we're going to give this a taste. This is a little rough because the truth of the matter is that if this sits for 24 hours, it really changes the flavor. But we're going to give it a little taste. Just make sure that things are heading in the right direction. The other thing is it's hot and you really want it to cool down some. All the flavors are there. Nice kick from the jalapeno. I think we could use just a little bit of salt. So we'll add a little salt, and I think that should be good there. And I'm not gonna pulse this again. I'm just gonna mix it by hand because the texture is about where we want it. So, and that's it. Salsa's ready. Want to put it in the fridge, cool it down a bit. We'll put it in a bowl. Come back, show you what it looks like. So there you have it. Nice bowl of salsa. So as I said earlier, put it in the fridge for 24 hours. You'll find the flavors are way better. But like most people, I can't wait. So this is really good to serve up with some tortilla chips. Really good on a burrito, whatever you want to use it with. So thanks for watching the video. Hit like if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video, which is every Friday afternoon. Don't forget, we put the ingredients in the description of the video so that you have the exact amounts that you need to make the recipe and just follow along the video. And hey, listen, we really dig your comments. So please comment on the video. What do you like about it? What would you change? Or better yet, what would you like to see us make next? And don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. Garlic, yummy.